Om Swastiastu.
Om Swastiastu.
Om Swastiastu.
Okay. Good morning, students.
Morning, sir.
Yeah. Nice to meet you at our Google Meet classroom. First of all, let us thank to the Almighty God, Ida Sang Hyang Widewasa, for His merciful blessing. Always keep your healthy, wearing the mask, use hand sanitizer, keep social distancing. Okay. To make sure that you are joined the Google Meet classroom, I would like to check and recheck your presence one by one. Start from Ibe Diksa. Are you okay, Diksa?
Okay, Mister.
Yeah. Okay, introduce yourself, please.
Hello, good morning.
My
My
name
name
is
is
Ida
Ida
Bagus
Bagus
Dewi
Sanata.
Sanata. You can call me Diksa or Dwi. I'm
I'm
17
17
years
years
old.
old.
I'm
I'm
from
from
Paiputin
Putih
Village,
Village,
Banjar
Banjar
District,
District,
Mogawe
Mogawe
City,
City,
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
I
I
was
was
born
born
on
on
14th of April 2003.
2003.
I'm
I'm
from
from
12th
12th
grade
grade,
and
and
my
my
program
program
study
study
is
is
Science
Science
1.
1.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
that's
all
all
about
about
my
my
introduction.
introduction.
Okay, thank you, Diksa. Now, I need to call Cynthia Charisma.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Cynthia Kasmadewi. My friend usually call me Cynthia. I'm 17 years old. I was born on 14th of March 2003, and I'm from Goblek Village, Banjar District, and Buleleng Regency. Now I'm in the 12th grade of Science 1. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Cynthia Charisma Dewi, for joining our class. Next, Dwi Amandayani. Okay, the time.
Hello, good morning. My name is Kadari Amanayani. I'm from Goblek Village. I was born on 18 April 2003. I'm 12th grade. It's my program is Science 1. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dwi Amandayani Kadek. Next, Bagus Andika Pratama. Okay, please.
Hello everyone. My name is Putu Bagus Andika Pratama, and I'm from Goblek Village. And now I'm in 12th grade in Science 1, and I was born in Goblek Village and at 14 in June of 2003. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bagus Andika. Next, Novia Herdiana. Okay, introduce yourself.
Okay, hello, good morning. My name is Novia Herdiana. I'm from Banyotes Village. I was born on 17 November 2002. I'm from the 12th grade and my program study is Science 2. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Novia. Now next to the others, Audrey Dipayani. Okay.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Putu Audrey Dipayani. My friends can call me Audrey. I'm from Banyuwangi Village. I was born on 10 February 2003. I'm from the 12th grade, and my program study is Science 2. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Audrey. Now come to Romi Ananda.
Now I will introduce myself. My name is Romiana Putra. You can call me Romi. Now I'm on 18 years old. I'm from the Philippines. I was born on 14th of September 2002. And I'm from 12th grade. My program study is Science 1. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Romi. For the next, Cahya Resa Nugraha.
Okay, thank you for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
My name is Igede Cahya Reza Nugraha Dewa. I am 17 years old and I was born on 9th of July 2003. I am 12th grade Science 3 program and I am from Mundok Village. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Cahya Resa. Now come to Anak Agung Nyoman Lestari.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. Okay, thank you for the time. My name is Hana Agunama Lestari. I'm from Besing Village. I was born in Besing 20 September 2002. And I'm the grade and my program is Science 3. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. The last, Risa Yanti. Please introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you for the time. My name is Putu Risayanti. I am from Bengkal Village. I was born on September 9, 2002. I'm 12th grade and from program Science 3. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for joining our Google Meet classroom. Yeah. Okay, student. I need all of you to have a look at the slideshow. Look at the slideshow to know about the basic competency which we are going to learn about for today. Okay, everyone, have a look at and read it. Okay, basic competency ya. KD darurat COVID-19. KD 3.2 membedakan fungsi sosial, struktur teks, dan unsur kebahasaan, beberapa teks pembahasan ilmiah, discussion, lisan dan tulis terkait pembahasan isu kontroversial dan aktual dari beberapa minimal 2 sudut pandang sesuai dengan konteks penggunaannya. KD 4.2 menangkap makna secara kontekstual terkait fungsi sosial, struktur teks, dan unsur kebahasaan teks pembahasan ilmiah, discussion, lisan, dan tulis terkait isu kontroversial dan aktual. Next, have a look at the slideshow, goal of the lesson for today. At the end of the lesson, you are able, 1, to explore the information from debate video you have watched. 2, to report the result of your exploration task. 3, to do debate with the motion. Smartphone technology can replace the role of the teacher. Okay, that is the goal of our lesson for today. Now let's continue to this slide. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Last meeting I ask you to watch the debate video. Let's see the slideshow, then observe and explore. Based on the exploration sheet that I have shared to you all, these are the questions that you need to find out the answer. Have a look at the question. What is the motion of the debate? Number 2, the debate involved two sides. What are they? How many speakers is for each team? Is there a timekeeper? Is there a moderator? Is there a judges? 3, did you enjoy the debate? Why do you think so? Number 4, what can you learn from the debate? Okay, because you have observed and explored last meeting, so I need 3 of you be a presenter to report the result of your exploration. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Thank you. Maybe start with the lady first, okay? What about Audrey Dipayani? Okay, report please.
Okay, thank you for the time given to me. Now I will know my explanation about the video that I watched. What is the mention of the debate? The mention of the debate is criminal can be heroes. The debate involved two sides. What are they? They are affirmative and negative. How many speakers is for each side of team? There are 3 speakers is for each side of team. Is there is a timekeeper? Yes, there is. I think they use stopwatch for timekeeper. Is there a moderator? Yes, there is. There are 2 moderators on the debate. Is there a judges? Yes, there is. There is the judges. Number 3. Did you enjoy the debate? What do you think so? Yes, I did. Their opinion is very good, and the debate gave me more viewpoints about criminal and heroes I never thought before. What you can learn from the debate?
Yeah.
I can learn about the criminal is a person that always
Okay, thank you so much for Audrey Dipayani for your report. I think your report is very good. Thank you. Now turn to the boy, Romi Ananda. Report, please.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Check, check.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry for the mistake. Okay, I will restart it again. Okay, hello, good morning, everyone. First of all, I'm going to say thanks for the time given to me. I'm Romy Ananda. On this opportunity, I would like to present about my research exploration and my opinion on the debate, what I have watched before. So let's jump to the first question. Question number 1. What is the motion of the debate? My answer is, the motion of the debate is, criminals can be heroes. Question number 2. The debate involves two sides. What are they? And my answer is, the debate involves two sides. There are the affirmative team and the negative team. The affirmative team is a team that agree of this motion statement. And the negative team is a team that disagree to the motion statement in the debate. Both of them will provide and give an argument and give a rebuttal to each other team or each other side on the debate. And next question, how many speakers is for each side of team? There are 3 speakers for each side of team. Next question, is there a timekeeper? My answer is yes, there are. There are one timekeeper on the debate videos. And next, is there a moderator? Yes, there are. There are 2 moderators on the debate. And then, is there a judges? Yes, there are. There are judges on the debate videos. On the debate videos I have watched before. And then, question number 3. Did you enjoy the debate? Why do you think so? My answer is, yes, I did. Personally, I enjoyed the debate because the speaker looks so serious when they are giving their argument and their opinion. And the performance of the speaker is also good. Looks confident and have a good articulation and have a good pronunciation when they are presenting the debate. And then the topic is also interesting for me. And that's all make me feel enjoy when I have watched the debate. And for the last question, what can you learn from the debate? After I watched the debate, I know we must see the things or a problem is not only with one perspective or with one point of view. For example, on this debate, there are a motion is criminals can be heroes. So we must not see the things or a problem is not only with one perspective. Maybe in another side we can agree with that. But if we think again with another perspective, maybe we can disagree with the motion. And after I watched the debate, I know if we had to doing a debate, we can improving our rigorous higher order thinking skill and our critical thinking skill. And okay, everyone, I think that's all about my exploration report. And I would like to apologize if there are a mistake on my presentation. And I'm Romy Ananda. Thank you.
Okay, clap hand. Great report. Great presenter. Okay, the next presenter, Risa Yanti. I need your report, please.
Okay, thanks for the time given to me. My name is Putri Sayanti. I will present my exploration result about the debate video that I have watched. Question number 1. What is the motion of the debate? The motion of the debate is criminals can be heroes. Question number 2. The debate involves the side. What are they? They are affirmative team and negative team. Next question. How many speakers is for each team? There are 3 speakers for each side of team. Next question. Is there a timekeeper? Yes. There is 1 minute for one speaker that I heard from what the judges said. Next question. Is there a moderator? Yes. There are two moderators. Next question. Is there a judges? Yes, there is a female judges. Question number 3. Did you enjoy the debate? Why do you think so? Yes, I'm enjoy the debate. I think they are already understand the motion of the debate because they are very fluent in English. Question number 4. What can you learn from the debate? That I learned from the debate are everyone has the side, the good side and the bad side. Behind the crimes, there must be a goodness. Be a hero is depend of people perspective. Don't judge a person by the cover. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You are a very good presenter. Okay, now before we are going to have a debate, I would like you to have a look at the slideshow. Okay, everyone. Now, let's have a look at the slideshow. I need to give you the information about what is a debate. I need one of you to read the slideshow here. I need Bagus Andika Pratama. Read, please.
Okay. What is a debate? Have you ever had a debate? A debate is a serious discussion on a subject in which people are taking part. A debate involves two teams, the affirmative and negative teams, with 3 speakers each. The affirmative team defines the motion and then it's defined the team line and team split. In a debate, you present your arguments, support your arguments, and then make a rebuttal. Do you want to have a good debate team? If so, then it is a good time for you to learn how to debate now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bagus Andika. You have read it well. So, now let's see the next slideshow. Have a look at World School Format Debate. Okay, I need one of you to describe the format of the debate. I need Dwi Diksa. Okay.
Okay. In World School Format Debate, the components of a debate is there are A, B, C, and D. A is the affirmative team. There are 3 speakers. There are first speakers, second speakers, and third speakers. And B is the negative team. Can you hear me? B is a negative team. There are 3 speakers. They are first speakers, second speakers, and third speakers. and the C is the adjudicators, and D is the moderator and the timekeeper. Okay, that's all my presentation.
Okay, thank you so much, Dwi Diksha. You have read well. Okay, now let's see the next slideshow. Yeah? Order of speech in a debate. Start from, okay, not, I need one of you try to read, to read the order of the speech in a debate. So I need Dwi Amandayani Kade. Try to read.
Start from the first speaker in affirmative. Next, the first speaker in negative.
Okay. Okay, order of speech in a debate. Start from the first speaker in affirmative. Next, the first speaker in negative. Next, the second speaker in affirmative. Next, the second speaker in negative. Third speaker affirmative team, and next in the negative, the third speaker roughly negative. Next, reply affirmative. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dwi Amandayani. That is the order of the speech. Now one more slide, yeah. Vocabularies for the debate. You just observe and try to read based on transcript phonetic. Okay, I need Bagus, not Bagus ya, Cynthia Karisma, try to read the vocabularies of the debate. Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, now I will try to read the vocabularies of for debate. First, speech in Indonesia is pidato. Second, reply speech is pidato balasan. Next, government is pemerintah. Next, opposition is oposisi. Rebuttal is bantahan. Opinion in Indonesia is pendapat. Statement in Indonesia is pernyataan. Definition in Indonesia is definisi. Next, argument in Indonesia is pendapat. Motion is mosi atau topik. Duration is lama waktu pidato. Theme line is tema utama untuk satu tim tertentu. Next, team split is batasan topik untuk satu tim. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Cynthia Karisma Dewi, for the pronouncing vocabulary. Okay, now let's continue.
I'm sorry, Mister. Sorry. Hello, Mister. Hello,
Hello, hello.
may I ask something?
Okay, you may. Okay, please.
Before we go to the next slide, I want to ask, may each of the speaker in each team be more than 3 people?
Be more than
3 people.
3 people. Yeah, we
Yeah.
have only 3 people based on the school debate format. Yeah. Only 3 for each team. 3 people.
Okay, thank you, Mister.
Yeah. Thank you for the question. Okay. Okay, everyone. Now, before we are going to do the debate, before we are going to have a debate, I would like you to have a look at the slideshow for how to do. Yeah, have a look at the problem solving hot quiz for the debate here. Everyone, have a look at the picture. The pictures. There are two pictures. Picture 1 related to the question beside. Yeah. The question is on the picture 1. Can artificial intelligence technology robot replace educators in the classroom? Can artificial intelligence technology robot replace educators in the classroom? That is the question that you should try to answer. Okay, for the picture and the question, can artificial intelligence technology robot replace educators in the classroom? I need someone. Ya, Romi Ananda Putra Kade ya. Try to answer that question, please.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Yes, of
Okay.
course.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Thanks for the time given to me. Now I will answer the question. Can artificial intelligence technology robot replace educators in the classroom? I think, in my opinion, in the future, maybe the artificial intelligence or AI, maybe we can replace the educator position, because the artificial intelligence is also improving and leveling up. Because of that, maybe in the future, a robot, or we can call this artificial intelligence, can replace the educator. And then the next question, can smartphone technology replace the teacher by Google Classroom? I think if the smartphone technology can replace the teacher by a Google Classroom, maybe for this era, on this coronavirus era, maybe that can helping the school or replace the position of teacher for a moment. But if that for a while or a long time, maybe that cannot replace the teacher, because the technology is not have a, what I call this, character listen, because the character listen is so important to make a great student or make a great person in the future. I think that's all about my opinion and my answer. Thank you.
Okay, you are good presenter. You can answer the two questions. Very good. Okay, now we come to the debate. We have a debate. And then I need to lead the debate. I asked Dwi Amandayani
Okay, sir.
as a moderator. The time that you are going to have for the two team is 10 minutes. 10 minutes for the two team. Okay. Are you ready? Dwi Amanda?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Now the time is for you as the moderator. Please.
Okay. Thank you for the time given to me. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Amanda.
Hello.
hello.
Hello,
Today,
Amanda.
Hello, Amanda.
okay, today we are going to have debate. The motion of the debate is smartphone technology can replace the role of the teacher. Okay, now we have two teams here, affirmative team and negative team. In affirmative team, the first speaker is Reza, the second speaker is Agung, and the third speaker is Bagus. Next, in negative team, the first speaker is Cynthia, the second speaker is Novia, and the third speaker is Ide Bagus Diksa. Okay, now let's start this debate. For two team, we have 10 minutes. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm
Yes,
ready.
I'm ready.
Yes, we're ready.
Okay, for the first speaker in affirmative team, now the time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the time. Good morning, everyone. I am Cahaya Reza from Affirmative Team. Before we begin, I would like to define the motion itself. We believe that smartphone technology can replace the role of the teacher. Why so? The reason is how smartphone technology is assisting students in their learning and it is playing a crucial role in the field of education. Before I next to the next material, do you can hear me?
Yes, I
Yes,
can.
I can.
Okay. With the advent of technology, gadgets have crept into all aspects of our life. We sleep to technology and wake up to it too. A very simple task throughout in the day include the press of button or the intervention of the internet. In such a scenario, teaching is no exception as various e-learning platforms which have come up in the recent past are now giving the competition to our good old gurus. After that, I end my speech. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Cynthia from Negative Team. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Okay. First of all, I would like to define the motion itself. I strongly believe that smartphone technology cannot replace a teacher. Technology is merely an augmentation to help learning process, but certainly cannot replace a teacher role. It is most obvious that technology is assisting students in their learning process and play a crucial role in their field of education. The virtual classroom cannot replace the traditional classroom because it is by its very essence or nature not completely real. Teaching on the internet is teaching in virtual, not in reality. The atmosphere, however, is not real, and that is why virtual teaching cannot replace classroom teaching. Thank you.
Okay. For the first speaker in the second speaker in affirmative team, Agung, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the time. I am Agung from Affirmative Team. Let me show you the argument of how can smartphone technology help us for online learning. With giant computer screen waiting to replace teacher, many educators are being bombarded with questions from parents who are worried about their child's future in this era of rapid innovation. While technology has certainly proven to be a boon in many areas, Counselor Sharis Khanna detailed the negative of it. Khanna, a senior education counselor who works with a learning app and has created to more than 300 sessions with parents, says that it is a tedious task to convince parents as they feel that online learning can never judge a student's performance better than a teacher at school. They feel that teaching online in classroom or through apps is a waste of time as they are just pre-recorded lecture. They are way too fast and the child might get bored. Whereas a human teacher can know when the child is paying attention and when he is not. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Novia from Negative Team. Can online material replace teachers? As teaching techniques expand from projectors to smartboard, there still seems to be a lacuna when compared to the work of a teacher. Reka Pekuri, assistant professor at MIT University, believes that no online app can replace a teacher. Online course material can be a blessing, but a student still needs a teacher to grasp that material well, Pekuri feels. A conversation with teacher improves the understanding of the students not only about the topic, but he is also able to find out areas of improvement to focus upon. Also, there is no check on how much they are absorbing while listening to it, Reka side. Online apps conduct tests, but again there is no check on students. Immediate data remain unclear and there is no one to give another perspective on the given topic. In this digital age, the online material is blessing, but it could be used for study material. A person is a teacher for better understanding of the study material. Thank you.
So I'm Bagus Andika Pratama from Affirmative Team. Can smartphone technology help students and teachers in learning online? Let's see how important it is during the coronavirus. Online learning is the only one solution of how to overcome such a crucial problem. We all know that smartphone technology helps students and teachers in learning online. Can make it easier for students and teachers in discussing the material because if the material is not clear, we can look it up in other sources. Last but not least, smartphone technology can replace the role of the teacher in the future because it can reach a wider and more specific scope of material. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Diksha from Negative Team. E-learning is a distraction. Let me show you the fact during COVID-19 when we use online learning as the only one way out alternative. The smartphone technology distracts the students and teachers in learning online because there are entertainment features that can break the concentration during online learning, such as YouTube, the various of game, and social media. The counselor also explained that parents feel laptops and mobile phones are a big source of distraction for children. Well, it turns out that teachers are irreplaceable when it comes to learning. And what better day than Teachers' Day to come face to face? Remember how important the role of the teacher. They educate and teach us about the life and moral lessons. Finally, I just say that smartphone technology cannot replace the role of the teacher. Thank you.
Okay, I think that's all about our debate today. Thank you for your attention and for the time I return to Mr. Sudasana. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the moderator and also participant of the debate, affirmative team and those negative team. Okay, now have a look at what about the score and who is the winner? Who is the winner? Have a look at this point ya. Untuk penilaian yang tadi, okay, have a look at assessing content matter. The content presented by a speaker must be logical and relevant to the topic under debate. The second, the argument involves stating, explaining, and illustrating the argument. And how assessing strategy or method or structure. Number one, well-structured speech will have proportional allocation of time to speech as a whole, which enable the objective, the speech to be accomplished. Ditekankan apakah over time, under time reduces points. B, a conclusion or summary of a major point made in the speech. And the last, how assessing style, manner, or delivery. We use element of style, yeah, vocal styles, use of language, eye contact, if any, use of note, gesture, impression of sincerity, and humor. Now have a look at, this is the affirmative team, yeah. Moderator Dwi Amandayani, yeah. And then timekeepernya Romi Ananda, timekeeper with the klenuk, ya. Oke, Cahya Resa, Agung Lestari, Bagus Andika. This is the score. Ya, belum bisa saya rekap, hanya sepintas saja, sebentar saya rekap karena masih proses ini. Kemudian negative team, ordernya first speaker, second, the third, Cynthia, Novia, Ibe Dwi Diksape. Final skornya masih direcord, menyesuaikan juga dengan time. So, the winner will be announced, akan diumumkan nanti setelah selesai pembelajaran. Ya, ini formatnya. Okay, now I just give the general information about the judging. Both affirmative team and negative team do the debate very well. Why so? Because based on the score that I have to you is good average for the competition, and the score between 14 to 15. So it means better than average. So you can do the debate very well. And a little bit difficult, yeah, to give you who are the winner. And I just say the best speaker is Bagus Andika. Okay, clap hand. Give applause to Bagus Andika. Yeah, because so fluency and the right pronunciation. Okay, I think that's all. Now we come to reflection. Yeah, reflection. Have a look at the slideshow. What can you learn about the debate you have done just now? Yeah, I need your opinion. Yeah, start from Bagus Andika. Bagus Andika, try to answer. What can you learn about the debate of you have done just now?
Okay, I'm Bagus Andika. So, what can you learn about the debate you have done? After I uh, uh, do the debate, I think that make my English is better than now. So, I think when I do the debate, I can read and teach how to public speaking, and my English is so upgrade in debate. So I think the debate is positive activity when I teach English. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bagus Andika. I need the other opinion. I need to give you the chance, Cynthia Charisma. I need you to give the reflection.
Yes, sir. I will try. From the debate I have done, I can learn that debate is about giving our opinion about something with argumentation and fact. Also, debate have two sides, that is negative and affirmative side, that have a different point of view, and also have a good and wrong point each of them. Okay, that's from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Cynthia. Okay, that is your opinion. Yeah. Okay, I want to hear more from the boy. The boy. Ibe Dwi Diksa, I need to hear from you.
Okay. What can you learn about the debate you have done? From the debate, I learned that everything has two points of view. There are negative side and positive side. So we have to respect to others' opinion and then find the way out and the problem solving with open and cold-minded, so that we didn't we don't make any mistake again. Okay, that's all about my opinion.
Okay, very good opinion. Yeah. So we still have a few minutes. I need to hear from the lady. Yeah, the lady. Dwi Amanda Yani.
Okay, thank you for the time. In my opinion, after I watched the debate, I know we must see things are a problem with not only with one perspective, but also we can see the problem with other side and other perspective. Especially on this debate, the motion is smartphone technology can replace the role of the teacher. In another perspective, we can agree with that statement. But in other perspective, maybe we can disagree with a statement because of that we cannot see the problem only with one perspective, and the debate can also improving our rigorous higher other critical thinking skill. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your opinion. So the reflection is very good for you, yeah. You can get a lot of advantages, banyak manfaatnya ya. Kemudian tadi banyak sekali manfaat atau positifnya. Kita bisa berargumen dengan baik, menyampaikan dengan baik, sesuai dengan alokasi waktu. Kemudian motion yang diperdebatkan tentu saja bisa kebenarannya approving, dibuktikan dengan data-data yang valid. Kemudian bisa juga pandangannya benar kalau dari sudut pandang, karena ini pandangannya minimal dua sudut pandang yang berbeda. Jadi kita diajak untuk selalu berdemokrasi, berdebat secara bijaksana, sehingga bisa menghargai pendapat, menyampaikan pendapat dengan sebaik-baiknya. Lebih-lebih kita membiasakan untuk bahasa Inggris ini kita pergunakan. Dengan teknologi pun ternyata bisa, walaupun masih banyak ada kendalanya, terutama kendala teknis akses. Oke. Okay, last, thank you so much for the students, all of you, and to the participation. You joining the lesson so well. I think this is the end of the lesson. Om Santi 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 Om. Matur.
Santi, 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 Om.
Om Swastiastu, Pak Ketut Sujana, Pak Asesor masih di sini Om.
Itu Pak Nyoman. Pak Nyoman.
Ya.
Pak Nyoman.
Ya,
dengar
bisa.
nggih?
Iya, sudah selesai pembelajaran.
Nggih. Nah, yang apa yang ingin saya sampaikan Pak Nyoman?
Iya Pak, ya Pak.
Yang pertama, salam sudah dilakukan.
Iya.
Berdoanya belum. Ya Pak ya. Ya, setiap kegiatan apapun Pak yang kita lakukan baik di sekolah maupun di luar sekolah tetap diawali dengan doa. Setelah doa baru kita melanjutkan. Kemudian di akhir kegiatan itu juga harus diakhiri dengan doa, kemudian salam. Doa di akhir kegiatan itu maksudnya kita mengucapkan syukur pada Yang Maha Esa bahwa kita mampu dan dapat melaksanakan kegiatan itu dengan baik, dengan sukses atau bagaimana. Itu yang belum dilakukan dalam proses pembelajaran. Kemudian dalam tugas Pak, ya dalam tugas apakah Pak mempunyai ini Pak portofolio tentang tugas anak-anak Pak?
Untuk tugas anak-anak.
Halo
ya,
Pak.
Kita memilikinya Pak.
Iya. Kumpulan tugas
siswa.
Punya nggih?
Punya yang ditulis-tulis tangan.
Ya, kumpulan tugas portofolio.
Ya.
Punya Pak?
Ya, punya Pak.
Punya. Ya. Nah, pas mengikuti pelajaran Pak, semua kalau daring itu semua video siswa harus dihidupkan karena supaya kita mengetahui bagaimana ekspresi siswa dalam mengikuti pelajaran. Kalau fotonya itu dipasang, kita nggak tahu siswa itu benar mengikuti apa bagaimana gitu. Walaupun Pak sudah mengabsen di awal, ya selama proses pembelajaran itu videonya siswa itu tetap on, Pak nih. Ini tadi banyak yang saya lihat videonya itu tidak on. Karena sudah diberikan bantuan dari dana BOS, kemudian dari bantuan dari Dapode itu. Ya, kemudian Pak, penggunaan penilaian Pak. Di RPP Pak kan nyusun penilaian. Sayangnya saya tidak bisa buka tadi malam Pak, karena mungkin ini besar sekali, laptop juga tidak bisa yang buka. Teknik penilaian yang Pak gunakan Pak biasanya baik sebelum COVID ya, kalau dan daring, jenis tes yang Pak gunakan tes apa saja Pak?
Ini tes
bisa didengar nih?
Nggak bisa Pak. Kami mempergunakan adjudication sheet ya. Adjudication sheet sesuai dengan format yang sudah baku.
Ya. Jadi semua jenis tes yang Pak gunakan. Kalau secara daring, Pak ya?
Ya.
Kalau secara daring, video siswa kan tidak hidup. Bagaimana Pak bisa menilai sikap mereka dalam mengikuti pembelajaran?
Dari tadi pronunciation, cuman hanya kelihatan fotonya saja, ekspresinya belum kelihatan tadi. Itu beberapa. Kalau yang sudah kelihatan
Ya,
videonya
betul,
ya
Pak. Pak kan tidak bisa menilai sikap mereka.
Iya.
Ya, ya, ya. Nah, saya tekankan Pak, pengetahuannya tadi sudah, ya mampu membaca, sudah sudah bisa, ya. Kemudian berpikir tingkat tingginya, mengeluarkan pendapat. Nah, kemudian di akhir itu satu proses ini kan harus ada, Pak. Ya, penilaiannya itu dalam bentuk penugasan. Rencana tugas yang Pak berikan berkaitan dengan ini apa, Pak?
Rencananya nanti dengan mencari motion yang berbeda. Mencari motion yang berbeda dari yang dilakukan.
Metodenya motion yang berbeda, berarti menemukan masalah, Pak, ya?
Iya, untuk menemukan masalah yang terkini, yang hot issues, isu terkini, agar kontekstual begitu.
Hot issues. Ya, nah hot issues-nya ini berdasarkan konsep yang Pak berikan di dalam debat ini apa bagaimana?
Hot issues-nya itu berdasarkan problem solving yang kebetulan sesuai dengan debat.
Ya, problem solving.
Dengan metode debat.
Ya, yang ada problem solving yang ada di debat, kemudian problem solving yang ada di debat ini dikorelasikan dengan suatu permasalahan hot yang aktual yang ada di masyarakat. Maksudnya, Pak?
Iya, ya, betul. Karena KD kita itu sedang di discussion. Yang discussion.
Ya. Mulai lagi nih, langkah-langkah yang logis. Tolong Pak, ceritakan dikit Pak tentang langkah-langkah penilaian yang Pak lakukan, sering lakukan Pak. Tolong Pak. Pertama apa, kedua apa, ketiga apa. Cuma 3 jenis saja.
Untuk langkah-langkahnya, saya buka di RPP.
Diawali dengan Pak membuat apa?
Pre-activity. Pre-activity-nya itu tadi tergesa-gesa sehingga tidak bisa melakukan doa bersama. Kalau terlambat sampai 10 menit ini masih kebingungan itu. Kemudian tegur sapa, salam, mengecek kehadiran sekaligus sambil memotivasi siswa, question and answer. Itu kemudian setelah itu menyampaikan KD pembelajaran, kemudian tujuan pembelajaran. Itu di free activity-nya. Kemudian di main activity menayangkan slideshow tentang video debat yang sudah diberikan melalui download untuk dieksplorasi oleh siswa. Kemudian untuk terkait dengan eksplorasi itu, ya Pak.
Pak Yaman.
Ya.
Pak kan sudah sering melakukan penilaian, dengar Pak Man? Dari penilaian itu kemudian dikorelasikan dengan KKM. Kemudian Pak analisis, jadilah siswa yang tuntas dan tidak tuntas. Nah, kalau banyak siswa yang tidak tuntas, apakah Pak menggunakan hasil penilaian ini sebagai perbaikan proses pembelajaran atau tidak? Artinya Pak mengulang nyusun RPP gitu, Apa dilakukan seperti itu?
Iya, kami usahakan lakukan seperti itu karena analisis ini kan sangat penting untuk meningkatkan proses ininya, hasilnya. Ya, itu kami lakukan untuk tindak lanjutnya.
Lakukan nggih?
Ya.
Yang Pak pegang kelas berapa, Pak? Kelas 12 apa kelas berapa?
Kelas 12, Pak. Peminatan.
Kelas 12. Di kelas 12, siswa yang tidak memenuhi KKM, apa Pak berikan remedi, pengayaan, kemudian bentuk remedi dan pengayaannya itu yang Pak lakukan itu seperti apa? Coba Pak singkat manten Pak.
Untuk siswa yang belum memenuhi KKM, khususnya pada KD tersebut, ia diberikan remedial. Diberikan remedial. Dan bagi yang sudah tuntas, sebaiknya diberikan pengayaan atau enrichment sehingga terus terpacu untuk meningkatkan kualitas dirinya. Begitu Pak, sekilas.
Nih, bentuk remedinya Pak, memberikan soal apa tugas nih?
Biasanya sesuai dengan analisisnya bisa berbentuk tugas, Pak.
Ya.
Bisa berbentuk tugas, bisa secara tertulis.
Disesuaikan
iya.
Kebutuhan siswa ini.
Iya, sesuai kompetensi yang belum dimilikinya.
Iya. Nah, interaksi tadi cukup bagus Pak, ya. Tapi saya tidak lihat ya siswa itu menjawab atas perintah guru. Tapi belum saya lihat siswa itu bertanya atas inisiatif sendiri. Ada tadi Pak?
Ada, menanyakan sesuatu itu.
Ada nggih? Oh nggih, dia nggak dengar di.
Di slide show-nya terus berjalan. Sebelum lanjut Pak, may I ask a question kan gitu Pak?
Nggih. Oh itu ya, oh ya. Nggih, menarik. Kemudian media, kemudian PowerPoint Pak nggih. PPT. Medianya laptop. Nggih. Kemudian dapat refleksi guru. Nah, refleksinya tadi Pak ya udah Pak lakukan juga ya, pencapaian tujuan pembelajaran.
Ya.
Jadi materi ini tujuan pembelajarannya berapa Pak? 2 apa 1 tadi ya?
Tujuan pembelajarannya.
Nih, Pak belum sampaikan tadi soalnya.
Tujuan pembelajarannya sudah lesson itu Pak.
Oh sudah. Of the lesson. Ya. Kayaknya tadi belum sih. Oh sudah, berarti dia enggak.
Ada 3 Pak.
Kasih pembelajaran, refleksinya.
To explore, to report, to do debate, Pak.
Nah, pada kegiatan pembelajaran Pak.
Iya.
Pada akhir kegiatan pembelajaran pernah minta refleksi dari siswa atau dilakukan sering gitu. Kalau kita mengikuti workshop itu kan ada
refleksi. Mungkin sekarang untuk
seperti itu.
karena perkembangan teknologi nanti saya akan kerjasama dengan ahli-ahli IT ini untuk membantu di Google Form seperti refleksi Google Form itu kan rasanya lebih bagus aksesnya dan bagus sekali juga untuk refleksi diri. Begitu.
Oke. Nah, berarti selama ini Pak belum melakukan ya?
Kalau sebelum
Ya, Pak.
sebelum COVID-19 ini kami lakukan Pak seperti biasa. Karena sekarang kebanyakan ini daring, saya mau tidak mau harus belajar banyak, terutama menggunakan aplikasi ini. Sehingga yang paling memungkinkan seperti tadi di Google Form itu bisa refleksi dilakukan. Kalau tadi itu cukup dengan minta pendapat dan merefleksikan bersama-sama apa yang dia lakukan tuh manfaatnya apa ada kelemahannya, kan biasa anak-anak sampaikan. Begitu Pak.
Anak ini di sekolah apa di rumah sih Pak?
Untuk kali ini ada beberapa nih di lab komputer kami tempatkan karena kendala akses Pak kebanyakan karena topografinya di desa kami ini pegunungan Pak, akses itu sinyal bisa putus waktu-waktu, jadi komunikasi kan putus Pak.
Ya, kalau sebelum COVID itu Pak mengajar melakukan pengolahan Python Pak.
Pengolahan
kelas itu kan mengatur kelas itu Pak ya.
Iya.
Dilakukan Pak.
Iya dilakukan.
Dilakukan.
Diatur kelasnya. Kalau posisi debat bagaimana?
Iya diatur kelasnya.
Sesuai dengan
betul.
keperluannya.
Media Pak, media yang sering Pak gunakan apa? Dalam pembelajaran media apa aja Pak? Media
pembelajaran seperti alat-alat LCD itu LCD itu wajib mempermudah karena kami dengan video dengan PowerPoint itu mudah ditayangkan. Itu kita mengikuti perkembangan teknologi lah.
Jadi media yang Pak gunakan itu, Pak, media yang Pak gunakan itu berdampak untuk peningkatan pembelajaran Python, Pak?
Ya sangat berdampak.
Berdampak, Pak.
Terutama
media yang Pak gunakan ini, ya.
Misalnya kalau LCD ya mempercepat pemahaman tentang satu konsep atau
berarti
yang kita sampaikan. Ya Pak.
Pak Man, aplikasi yang sering Pak gunakan untuk daring apa aja Pak? Aplikasi yang sering Pak gunakan untuk daring?
Aplikasi Google Classroom. Untuk Google Meet saya baru belajar dari kemarin ini.
Classroom ya?
Dan Zoom-nya. Untuk selama ini saya menggunakan Google Classroom. Ya,
kalau Zoom
belum. Saya baru sedang belajar.
Koneksi anak-anak.
Ya, itu juga di samping itu untuk mengakomodir akses koneksi daripada anak-anak yang posisi topografis kami ini untuk sinyalnya itu agak kurang, sehingga kita menggunakan yang ringan-ringan begitu. Di PowerPoint itu kan ringan.
Nah, masih waktu berapa menit ini? 10 menit. Waktu jam 10.00. Ya, sambil Pak Man,
Ya, ya.
Yang hanya beberapa hal Pak kan, biar efisien iki.
Iya Pak.
Oke, nuwun. Untuk lingkungan belajar Pak, lingkungan sekolah. Kalau untuk bahasa Inggris pernah nggak Pak menggunakan lingkungan sekolah Pak? Dimanfaatkan lingkungan sekolahnya?
Iya dimanfaatkan karena ini kalau tidak hujan Pak atau tidak sangat terik, kami memiliki taman-taman di sini Pak. Bisa di di open stage itu kan bagus.
Nah, itu
penampilan itu sehingga bisa menarik siswa yang lainnya begitu. Kami pergunakan Pak lingkungan karena memang asri lingkungannya.
Oke, dipergunakan. Refleksinya tadi itu Pak, siswa seperti cerita Pak kan siswa kan sudah memberikan refleksi, ya refleksi bahwa Pak ini disenangi oleh siswa, materi yang jelas, mudah dipahami, kemudian dan yang lainnya kan gitu Pak ya.
Iya.
Nah seperti itu kira-kira refleksinya. Nah refleksi pernah Pak melakukan refleksi itu dengan teman sejawat Pak, melibatkan teman.
Ya,
belum
untuk
Pak ya.
Refleksi teman sejawat hanya beberapa saja Pak yang saya ajak, terutama di MGMP Pak.
Oke.
Bagaimana? Bagus sekali, cuman begitu.
Enggak, di kelas Pak, di kelas.
Oh, untuk di kelas kami belum
di sekolah dulu.
Belum memanggil teman untuk membantu lah memberikan evaluasi terhadap pembelajaran tersebut. Ya, nanti saya akan coba Pak usahakan biar lengkap.
Hasil supervisi itu kan juga merupakan refleksi Pak ya.
Iya.
Okay. Nah, yang berikutnya, pernah sekolah melakukan desimilasi, desimilasi terkait dengan hasil supervisi maupun refleksi yang dilakukan oleh siswa.
Diseminasi itu disampaikan di workshop kan begitu, sehingga untuk penilaian itu bisa disampaikan secara transparan, di workshop kan sehingga tahu nanti kita tindak lanjutnya seperti apa untuk meningkatkan lagi kelemahan itu. Di workshop kan Pak?
Ada bukti fisiknya coba pelaksanaannya kapan, hari apa, hasilnya apa gitu.
Ya itu di panitia workshopnya itu biasanya
ya nanti dilihatkan Pak ya, diperlihatkan nanti ya.
Ya kami
dicari itu nanti Pak. Berarti untuk perbaikan kinerja kerja guru ya, berarti ya dipakai untuk perbaikan kinerja. Pak untuk PKB Pak, pengembangan profesi berkelanjutannya Pak, lewat apa saja Pak?
PKB dengan untuk di sekolah ada
di workshop.
Ya ada diklat yang terakhir saya ikuti diklat K3 di Yogyakarta, itu yang melalui kementerian itu. Kemudian setelah selesai diklat langsung didesimasikan Pak, sehingga kami bisa menulis laporan
didesimasi ya.
Dari diklat tersebut di sekolah. itu ada juga sudah bukti fisik.
Iya, pada teman berarti ya dibahaskan.
Ya, sehingga bukti fisik itu kemudian sudah terdokumentasikan, kami jadikan bekal untuk kenaikan pangkat, Pak. Begitu.
Ya, ya. Pak Man, Jakarta ikut diklat itu atas inisiatif Pak sendiri apa disuruh oleh Pak?
Ya, awalnya ada surat melalui dari Dikpora begitu, kemudian kita ikuti, cari di website, kemudian atas persetujuan juga dengan kepala sekolah, sehingga ikuti prosesnya begitu. Begitu, Pak.
Berarti ditugaskan apa Pak yang meminta pada kepala sekolah?
Biasanya kalau ada surat atau peluang-peluang tertentu terkait dengan peningkatan mutu daripada guru maupun tenaga kependidikan, biasanya di-share di WA sekolah, Pak. Informasi itu kemudian kami cermati, oh ini rasanya cocok dan bagus untuk kita ikuti, ya prosesnya seperti itu, Pak, tidak dipaksakan, sehingga yang penting ada informasi, kemudian kami cermati, kalau mampu kami laksanakan, kami tindak lanjuti begitu, Pak.
Oh, ini berarti gimana ya nih? Terus dampak pengembangan profesi guru, manfaatnya. Kalau menurut Pak berdampak positif Pak ya? Apa tidak Pak? Diklat itu?
Oh, untuk diklat yang terkait dengan kemarin yang saya ikuti terakhir atau K3 itu, kebetulan saya di sekolah sebagai wakasarana, kemudian sekretaris UKS, kemudian terlibat juga di Adiwiyata. Sehingga kami di sekolah memiliki K3 khususnya di klinik center, Pak. Klinik center yang bekerjasama dengan Puskesmas Banjar 2. Itu jadi pas itu K3 itu sangat diperlukan di sekolah. Iya.
Berdampak. MGMP di sekolah aktif, Pak?
Iya, aktif, Pak.
Aktif. Makalah-makalah yang dibuat oleh guru atau berdasarkan diklat yang telah dialami itu disampaikan pada teman-teman di sekolah saja atau disampaikan pada teman-teman yang juga di luar sekolah, Pak?
Yang pertama melalui diseminasi kita mengundang semua yang ada di sekolah, termasuk tenaga kependidikan juga biasanya untuk membantu di sana. Begitu, sehingga lebih banyak lah tersampaikan apa yang kita dapat, kita peroleh.
Pernah ini Pak memodifikasi model dan metode pembelajaran?
Kami
modif.
Iya ya, memodif. Saya memodif. Pernah Pak. Untuk pembelajaran bahasa Inggris yang yang discussion itu.
Bahasa Inggris.
Khususnya debat ya. Dengan mempergunakan problem solving hot quiz yang saya maksud, yang seperti yang saya sampaikan itu. Model problem solving hot quiz itu untuk dijadikan penelitian saya tahun 2018, Pak. Problem solving hot quiz itu sudah mengacu pada keterampilan abad 21, Pak. Sehingga itu yang kami modif sesuaikan dengan metode yang pas, yaitu metode debat aktif pada waktu itu. Untuk metode debat biasa yang seperti format school debate itu. Begitu Pak, itu yang bisa saya modif Pak. Ya Pak, tambahan terkait dengan modif saya itu, ya Pak, tambahan informasi, laporan akhir yang saya kirim tentang penelitian yang saya modif itu, terpilih di antara 11 yang terbaik Pak untuk dimuat dalam jurnal proceeding Bunga Rampai Sikil Regrand Pak. Dan itu
dibuat di Bunga Rantai
Sikil Regrand.
Majalah Pak ya? Majalah di luar sekolah ya?
Pak, buku proceeding atau jurnal hasil penelitian Pak. Buku proceeding itu ber-ISBN Pak.
Oh, dibuat di jurnalnya Undiksa apa di mana?
Jurnal proceedingnya di Siamio Kitab in Language Pak di Jakarta Pusat. Itu untuk Asia Tenggara.
Jakarta ya. Dijual. Inggih Pak Nyoman. Padahal ini waktu masih ada. Lagi 10 menit. Setelah itu kita gabung ke BAN. Sambil ini. Mungkin Pak Man bisa melengkapi informasi lagi. Biar bisa saya tulis ini.
Ya, untuk sementara ya kami berupaya
menunggu 10 nih Pak Man.
Kami akan upayakan semaksimal mungkin untuk mengikuti petunjuk-petunjuk dari Bapak terkait dengan bagaimana pembelajaran yang baik, diawali dengan apa, diakhiri dengan apa sebaiknya, terutama tadi karena kekurangannya doa, karena tergesa-gesa. Demikian, kemudian untuk bukti-bukti fisik akan kami usahakan Pak. Demikian kurang lebih kami mohon maaf. Terima kasih Pak.
Kan sudah ada waktu Pak ya. Kita ke belakang Pak tadi. Manfaat yang akan siswa mengikuti program remedial. Kalau menurut guru bagaimana Pak?
Mengikuti.
Kalau menurut guru?
Menurut dia manfaat pembelajaran yang tadi Pak? Ya.
Remedinya. Pak kan misalnya ngasih remedi ya pada sidang pengayaan. Kalau menurut Pak, siswa itu diberikan remedi atau pengayaan, lalu apa sih manfaatnya gitu? Ya, manfaatnya bagi guru tahu dengan manfaatnya baik, mengetahui kelemahan-kelemahan yang dilakukan oleh siswa, termasuk kelemahan-kelemahan bila kita melakukan dengan daring, dengan ini terjadi kita tahu banyak persoalan yang dihadapi, sehingga seperti motion itu kita bisa mencarikan solusinya dengan mencari argumen-argumen pendukungnya. Itu manfaatnya, termasuk untuk meningkatkan nanti pembelajaran berikutnya, jadi bisa kita rencanakan dengan lebih baik, begitu Pak. Pak, di sekolah Pak, ada enggak gini Pak, tempat untuk pemajangan karya tulis siswa Pak?
Tempat pemajangan karya tulis siswa
Tempat
ada
untuk
di
memajang karya tulis ya?
ada di Mading, Pak.
Ada madingnya?
Ada Mading, Pak. Ada tim Mading.
Ada Pak, pan madingnya itu ada?
Ada Pak.
Hah?
Ada di Mading.
Ada.
Di Mading
Oke.
sekolah.
Papannya aja yang ada apa? Ada karya anak-anak di sana?
Ada Pak. Karya anak-anak juga ada di tembok-tembok
Ada,
kelas Pak, di tembok-tembok kelas masing-masing itu yang terbaik itu ada papannya juga, papan informasi di sana di kelas. Kadang-kadang digantung Pak.
Iya, iya. Oke, Pak Nyaman, terima kasih banyak. Ini udah mendekati jam 10, lagi 5 menit. Kita akan ke bank, gabung dengan bank, dan anak-anak nanti yang akan mengisi angket gitu Pak. Ya, mohon dianu dulu, jangan disuruh dulu. Nanti bagaimana pengaturnya yang mengisi angket, silakan yang ini. Nah, Pak.
Ya Pak.
Terima kasih Pak Nyaman. Terima kasih.
Ya terima kasih kembali Pak.
Jaringan diberikan.